Hello friends, hope you're well out there. A little bit of chest showing at the start of the video. You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta get those likes somehow. Dropping by because it's been a really huge couple of months for me post the big walk that I did. 880 miles, proper initiation. The chemistry in my brain shifted and changed, and in some ways I've just moved into the next chapter of my life and into the next iteration of the being that I am. A theme of this new chapter for me is that the love is going to find its way. It is finding its way to the surface more, and it's in some ways it's circled all the way back to love. It feels like it's some kind of hero's journey return, some kind of complete circle happening for me right now, where the what and the how. The what doesn't so much matter, but the how does. The what, like what I'm actually doing, what I'm speaking to, isn't so much what's important. It's the quality of the love and the genuine humanity that it's done with that is the most important thing. So I'm powerfully, profoundly remembering how to be human in ways that are rare on earth right now, and I want my love to find its way to the surface. I want to love in this lifetime, and I want to love passionately and fiercely and deliciously, and I want to love with my seeing, with my speaking, with my touch, with my body, not just my human family, but myself as well. And yeah, so I'm going through quite a radical remembering of what it is to be love right now. And as part of that, a lot of what has been, I've kind of held quite seriously, or I've had kind of a firm hold on over these last few years. I'm just being a bit more gentle with, and it's just not holding it so tightly, not holding the things I've been speaking to, offering, teaching so tightly in this next chapter anyway. So I'm really excited. I'm doing well. I'm in high spirits, but still integrating as I land into Manchester, as I land into a new chapter of life. And as part of all that, I'm going to be just restructuring what I'm sharing online and where I'm sharing it. And this video is just me letting you know how that might look moving forward, because I didn't just want to spring it on you. I think a lot of people might have struggled to place me in some ways over the years, because I've had, I'm very natural and organic in how I share. Sometimes I'm sharing a bunch of events, and it's just like a lot of events coming through, or invitations to events. Other times I'm in like 18 months of like poetry awakenings and sharings, and just every second post is a poem or some kind of like remembering that's touching the core of it all. And other times I'm speaking directly, and there's I imagine that people would have had a hard time kind of like knowing what to expect from me over the years, because I do go through these cycles and I do change quite dramatically at different points. But in some ways I don't want to change that. I want to continue giving permission for all the different parts of me as they naturally emerge. And for me, just being myself is the most important thing. I'm just here to be myself. I'm just here to share the parts of myself that are alive beyond business success, beyond anything that the modern world would consider like a win or successful. I'm just here to be myself, reveal myself, and love as much as I possibly can, and be in the love as much as I possibly can. And I follow my inspiration, so sometimes that has me showing up powerfully online, other times that has me just kind of behind the scenes in deep, rich community engagement. And it's nice to be led that way. It doesn't necessarily fit into a lot of modern day business philosophy or a lot of modern day like suggestions around how to do social media well, but it feels an integrity for me, and it feels like I'm honoring myself by giving permission for these different parts of myself. But having said that, there are going to be some changes moving forward. One of the first ones is really cool. I am going to take all of my teachings that I've been sharing in like the inner circle at School of Living Myth, and before School of Living Myth, in my kind of like behind scene closed doors temple spaces, These are like the sort of sharings that were kind of reserved for like round rooms rather than square rooms, the ones that you'd share in the candlelight, in the roundhouse, those sort of teachings. I'm actually going to bring them from deep inside the school, and actually offer them publicly for free. And I'm feeling really inspired to do that on YouTube. I want to teach, and I want to give everything I've got. I want to share everything that's here, and there's a lot of it. There's like, I feel like there's lineage level pieces that are here. I feel like we're like the equivalent of 5 PhDs deep, but not in the mind, in the somatic, poetic sense making of it all, rather than the kind of the linear logical sense making sometimes. And there's a lot. There's a lot here. A lot of it's world first. A lot of it that's a bit wanky. A lot of it's new. A lot of it is what is emerging in these times, but others aren't holding point for it yet, or it hasn't revealed itself through others. Some of it has been revealed through others, and we have our own, or I have my own thread on it. And yeah, mainly I want to share that my teachings and the wisdoms I've been passing on are going to find their way from inside the school, and I'm going to make them public. I'm going to be sharing my transmissions on YouTube moving forward, not for anything other than to just in the prayer that these wisdoms and these rememberings serve our human family in these times, and that they get to in some way just reach a little bit wider than those closed circle behind the scene temple spaces where they've been shared to this point. And I know that some of the things that I'll be sharing and some of the transmissions I'll offer, they won't even make sense, or they won't even meet people fully and wholly in this moment on earth. A lot of them are for like 50 years from now or 300 years from now, and they are a part of where we're going. A lot of what I have to say is about where we're going, and a lot of it won't even make sense in this current moment on earth, even to the leaders and even to those who've journeyed deeply all of the time. Sometimes I'll share things on my YouTube in these coming months and years that will tickle what already sleeps inside you. And you might find there little things that you already know just being echoed back to you by someone else on earth right now. And that feels like quite a beautiful thing to me. I really want to be in that. I want to like reveal myself to you, offer everything I have, and share those things that have been a hard one, the things that have been like earned through blood and sweat and tears and failure. I'm a journeyman. So I have a lot of failure, a lot of failure, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of fallings, a lot of mistakes made along the way, and really quite beautiful lessons that can really only come with making the mistake, so the lesson becomes embodied. I'm really good at making mistakes and I've learned quite profoundly from them over the years. I'll continue to as well, I promise. So I suppose what I'm saying is YouTube is going to become a place for my transmissions moving forward. I'm not so much going to share my emergent or frontier transmissions here on Facebook anymore. I want to separate my teachings from like the community space. Facebook feels like more of a community space to me, where YouTube feels like there's more sacred permission for direct transmission. And I want to have a real clear and clean energetic field that allows my transmissions and my being's unique listenings and advocacies to have a place where I don't have to worry about what anyone else thinks or worry about if anyone else really even gets it. I just want to like offer it because it's important and it will deeply serve our human family either now or a couple of generations down the track. And yeah, sharing it now feels important because it's here now, and that which isn't honored and shared can be lost. So I want to honor it and I want to share it. So YouTube becomes a place of a sharing of wisdoms, both ancient but also and mostly emergent, my own listenings, not things that teachers have taught me, not things that I've read in books, but things that have come through my the great love that lives inside me through my listening and through my relationship with the soul of all things. I want to give that a space, and YouTube's going to be that moving forward. It means that the Facebook space is going to change a little bit, rather than sharing my wisdoms here per se in their kind of mystery school kind of style, almost occult, fluid, poetic transmissions. The Facebook space is going to become a little bit more direct. I'll probably be speaking here more to where we're at in these times, speaking more to purpose, speaking more to and sharing more to about what it takes to actually take your place on earth, what it takes to live out your destiny in deeper qualities, in riper qualities, and what it takes to navigate this wrestling match between industry and culture, between soul and kind of the structure, system structure, maybe mind, perhaps. Yeah, what it takes to actually navigate that. How the hell do you have a business in this age? How the hell do you live the love that you are and also be held well by the world around you? How do you not abandon yourself? What it's like to spend years. I spent years in a state of numbing of the mind in 9-to-5 style jobs, in selling my soul, what it's like to journey that and find your way through it as well. So I suppose what I'm saying is the Facebook space is going to become a little bit more speaking directly to you and your unfolding, and rather than sharing stuff from the edge of it all, I'll be sharing more my reminders about my rememberings and my offerings as someone who's made it to full-time and beyond, someone who's been doing this for 20 years, someone who made it as a coach, someone who has transitioned even beyond coaching into cultural roles now, although it's a source of contention out there. It's a challenge. Everyone starts to get a little shaky once you start talking about cultural roles. But I have, in a particular way, transitioned through coaching into cultural roles, and now swinging back with my reintegration of the masculine to also holding those business pieces and those masculine pieces as well. So Facebook is going to become less edge of it all, and it's going to become, and less poetic whispers even, and it's going to become more direct and more clear and more speaking to what it takes, and advice whispers on the journey of actually taking your place and doing that in a way where you're held well on earth in this age. Instagram will probably be a bit of a combination of the two. It'll probably have a combination of the emergent wisdom shares, and the integrated masculine business facilitation pieces that also come with me. Instagram's going to be a little bit of just a wild space where I'll just share whatever the hell I want to share, really, and maybe even some of the unfolding journey as I go about doing it all. So that's kind of the summary of my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook spaces. Facebook becoming a bit more purpose, directly speaking to what it takes to take your place, speaking more to the tangible, functional, but without losing the meaning, and what it is to take your seat on earth in this age and what that takes. Instagram, a bit more of just all the parts of me however I feel for it to come through, a real just permission slip for me over on Instagram, and then YouTube becoming a space where I'll share wisdoms directly from what I feel is the edge of it all, at least my edge of it all. The emergent consciousness getting some space. Something like that. Anyway, I'll share the links to my 3 social media spaces in the comments below. Be lovely if you followed me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I've got some really beautiful things coming up over the next couple of months. And thanks for being part of this new chapter. think as I restructure a little bit and begin to let the love come through in whole new ways. One thing that I'm committed to is that love finding its way to the surface, no matter what the context, no matter what it is that I'm speaking to or sharing or teaching. I want there to be even more love on the surface. I want there to be even more tangible, visceral, grab it, love between you and me. So that's my prayer for these coming months and years, is leaning into the love, being led by the love, and letting it come to the surface so we can actually live it and be it. Yeah, hope you feel me. Big love to you all, and hope to see you at a crossroads not so far away.